Hey, everyone. Holy cow. Hi. Hello. I'm late, yes. And I'm also in Spain. So I'm going to give myself grace about the fact that I'm like 5 minutes late, 7 minutes late, for my weekly reading of a chapter of my book. So let me first of all say hello. I'm Rosa Linda Román. I go by Rosa Linda. And every week I share a chapter of my book. I read a chapter of my book, Losing Sight of the Shore, How to Live on a Boat Without Killing Your Family. And um, I just flew in with, as you can see behind me, there's the kennel, the crate. I flew in with our dog Nala, my daughter Ziva, and myself from New York, JFK Airport, which was chaos. Um, and I realized with the time difference, it's like 8 hours different from mountain time, which is what I usually do these live streams on. Anyway, I'm here, and I thought I would just go ahead and stick with it because my family is moving on to a boat now. My husband is waiting. We're driving. Ziva and I are driving from Madrid to Barcelona. We're about halfway there. It's about a 6-hour drive. So we stopped in a cute little town for dinner, and they've been great with Nala, and everything went really well with Nala. So I wanted to kind of say that because a lot of people are worried about her, as we were. But Nala is great. Ziva and Nala are sitting at a nearby cafe outside, having a quick. Well, they're waiting for the food to be delivered, and Nala had some fresh water and stuff. So I thought I would go ahead and record this, even though it's a little chaotic. And the internet is not going to be great, unfortunately, because I was trying to do it from my phone, but we're in a tiny little town. And maybe at the end, after I read this, I'll take the computer out. I couldn't get the phone itself to work, but I'll take the computer out and try to walk around to show you what it looks like outside. But for now, this is Losing Sight of the Shore, Chapter 22, Mornings with Samuel. Mornings were always my favorite time of day on the Dawn Treader. I loved waking up early enough to catch the sunrise on the helm deck and taking in the majestic morning views across the water. Every place had its own unique beauty, and mornings were the times I would slow down enough to actually see that. In the early morning silence, each anchorage was a new mystery unfolding before me. Even when we were in the same marina in Riviera Beach, Florida, for 6 months while prepping the boat, every morning was different. There were birds singing, fish splashing, people kayaking, paddleboarding, or fishing, and dive boats bustling with activity as they got ready for their morning trips out to sea. I would sit up there with my canine companion, Nala, snuggled beside me on the helm bench seat, and except for the no-see-ums, it was just about perfect. Some mornings I did some journal writing or working on chore charts or boat schooling plans to make the day ahead go more smoothly. And sometimes I would do a quick video or audio recording or get a panoramic picture of the sunrise as it unfolded before me. Mostly I just took it all in before the heat of the day and before my family was awake and the big, loud, beautiful boat life began. The next person to wake up was usually Samuel. He is a snuggly, sweet early bird, and I always made a point to stop whatever I was doing to just hold him in my arms and talk with him. Whenever people asked us why we decided to move on to a boat, our response was that we wanted to spend the time with the kids while they were young enough to still enjoy spending time with us. As much as I cherished my quiet alone time on the Dawn Treader, I always tried to remember this fact and to set aside whatever I was doing during those times when the kids were ready to connect. For Samuel, those connection times were mornings. I wish I could capture for you the feeling of morning snuggles with Samuel on the deck of the Dawn Treader. When we started living on the boat, he was just 5 years old with a magnificent mind. We spent those hours talking about the things we had seen, the places we were going, and the creative ideas in his head. During our time aboard, he figured out what he wants to be when he grows up, So we spent a lot of time talking about his plans for becoming an inventor/scientist, which he always said in that exact way, inventor/scientist. This meant that in addition to getting to be the first one to see the sunrise each morning, I was in the privileged position to be the first to learn about such inventive inventions as the hurricane diverting device, a teleportation machine, and so many others. To mere mortals like myself, it may have seemed that these were just little boys' fantasy creations. But to Samuel, these inventions were a foregone conclusion. He frequently drew the contraptions out on paper for us and loved to discuss every detail of how they would work. And these plans were described with such confidence that you couldn't help but start to see them in your own mind, too. On the mornings Nathan was on board, my beloved would wake up and bring a piping hot cup of coffee up to my happy perch. Sweet hazelnut creamer flavored coffee that warmed me up both from the steaming temperature and from the loving way it was made. While Samuel is a morning snuggler, Nathan is more of an early morning mover and doer. Combine that with the fact that he is constantly in high demand and travels extensively for work, and there is little time left to slow down for sunrises. Keeping in mind that luxury grocery items are hard to find in tiny island grocery stores, both Nathan and hazelnut creamer were never guaranteed, so I savored these cups whenever I was lucky enough to get one. Eventually, the girls would make their way out on deck too. Our driven gymnast, Ahava, might pop up through the hatch above her bedroom, fully dressed in her Leo with a perfect bun atop her head, already ready for the day. If my sleep-loving middle child, Ziva, emerged, she would do so in a quite different state, usually bearing a striking resemblance to Princess Anna's bedhead scene from the animated movie Frozen. With the girls, it was usually a much shorter visit than Samuel's, and with more of a focus on what the plans were for the day ahead than their brother's dreamy design sessions. But if the morning was particularly chilly, and if I happened to have an especially warm blanket wrapped around me, I might get lucky enough to keep them snuggled up beside me long enough for some dreaming and scheming of their own. Each of the kids would have a different response if someone asked them if it was worth what they gave up to live on a boat. But those mornings on deck with the kids and Nathan's perfect cups of coffee were the best example of why the answer for me will always be a resounding yes. And that was chapter 22, Samuel Mornings with Samuel of Losing Sight of the Shore, How to Live on a Boat Without Killing Your Family. So that's actually really timely because we are literally driving to the boat. Ziva has never seen the boat, and I only saw it when we came to tour it when we were on vacation. So I'm going to move my microphone. So excuse the loud noise because I want to be able to walk outside with you. So give me a second. We'll use the raw mic. That's how you keep it from being windy. And I got to clip the receiver. I use a Rode Wireless Go, by the way. I got to clip that onto my computer so this will work. But I wanted to just really quickly show you outside. It's a really cool little town. I don't know the name of it, which is ridiculous. But look at this tower. Can you see that? There's like these massive birds on it. And then over there, this right there, Ziva and Nala are sitting on the patio over there. So yeah, it's really exciting to be on this adventure. I know this video is probably lousy quality because I'm using a hotspot off my phone in a foreign country. But hopefully that worked. And thank you so much for tuning in. Once we get to the boat and things get settled and I've had some sleep, I'm going to start posting a little bit more videos and sharing some of that. So if you want to find out more about that, you can go to my Substack. That's Rosa Linda Román .substack.com. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching another chapter of Losing Sight of the Shore. We'll see you again next week. Bye.